March 16, 1976. A lot of great things happened in 1976, and Marvin Gaye releasing the I Want You album is one of them. Marvin Gaye was coming off of a successful tour. He was coming off a duet album with Diana Ross, and he was also definitely still relatively popular because of the Let's Get It On album. And Marvin was also having trouble like coming up with his next idea. And here comes Leon Ware, who went to Berry Gordy and took these songs to him. And Barry heard the songs and was like, Marvin Gaye needs to do those records. And it made sense because the album itself is centered around like sex and erotica, sexuality, and stuff like that. And it was an ode, a tribute to someone he was having an affair with. Marvin was in a very volatile relationship with Anna Gordy at the time, and it was rumored that he was having an affair with Janice Hunter, into which this album is dedicated to. What is interesting about that is he actually put out another album 2 years later dedicated to Anna Gordy, which is also being now included into his classic run. Up until a while ago, it kind of stopped with the I Want You album, but now people are actually putting Hear My Dear into that particular discourse as well, as they rightfully should. This album was highly influential in bringing along influence in Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, Maxwell, in addition to white artists like Robert Palmer and Madonna and Todd Grundy, who have cited this album as being influential in their work. Um, it continues the sweet theme that he had been doing, where everything just kind of rolls together, and it is an incredible piece of work. All the way down to the artwork. Like when you see that artwork, the Sugar Shack, you already know. I think it was done by Ernie Banks, I believe. Ernie Barnes. When you see the artwork, you already know what it is. Like you already know what album that is, and you attribute it to Marvin Gaye because of that. So I think that further adds to the creativity and the artistry of what Marvin Gaye was able to do in terms of like capturing and creating a complete body of work from just when you pick it up until when you finish listening to it. Another notable thing on here is how Marvin was able to it's just really the singing, and it's a lot of falsetto, it's a lot of air breathy type of singing that kind of really sets and conveys the mood of the songs and what he's trying to put out here. He's definitely in his falsetto bag and utilizes it really, really, really well. But whenever he needs to hit those power vocals, whenever he really needs to convey a message and get a point across, he has no problem going there and putting that out. But it's not like the raw, unbridled passion that you would get from, say, like a Teddy Pendergrass or earlier versions of Marvin Gaye. Is more of the seducing type of Marvin Gaye as well. There's also a song, I Want to Be Where You Are, that you can hear him kind of talking about his kids and on there, Nona and Marvin, and I think that's dope too, because that's another thing that he wants. There's also Marvin kind of, there was a thing about where he's saying and which song is it? Where he say I want to give you some head. That was a thing. Like who was actually saying that in songs back then? So people have been kind of listening to that. It was like, damn, is he really saying that? I think that's on. I want to. That is on the "Soon I'll Be Loving You Again" song. I think that was on there. So it was some things around that. Marvin was kind of out there, y'all. But yeah, I think just from including the instrumental of After the Dance on here before you even hear the vocal of After the Dance, to start side two, the B side, with just a small intro to what you were about to undergo with I Want You. So bringing that back to kind of connect the dots between the side A and side B, and then to close out with After the Dance, the vocal, to kind of complete everything. So you go from I Want You to After the Dance, and then that's it. You should definitely listen to the deluxe version to hear the alternate versions of them as well. You should also listen to Leon Ware's Musical Massage, which was released and nobody gave a damn about it, but you should listen to it as well because I think that really will help you understand how Marvin is able to come in and just capture and really transform and remake something into magic. So um, I would encourage you to listen to that as well. What else I want to say about this one? Not a lot of people were. I would say I think it received mixed reviews at the time, but over time I think people really caught on to what was going on here. I think they may have wanted something different from him, and he kind of continued this whole sex theme that he was going on. But you know, sometimes people don't get it. Sometimes people don't get it right away, and it just these are all those things that just get age and get better with time. And this is definitely one of those albums as well. But I mean, a special album, and it definitely should be included in everybody's discography as well. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. We are two albums away from one of my favorites. And if you've been following me for a long time, you already know what that is. But before we do that, we're going to go on tour with Marvin one more time, and then we'll discuss that album when we get there. So I'm going to leave it at that. And yeah, man, this is an incredible album that I could just put on and just let it roll anytime. So yeah, that's it. Catch you guys next time.